Hey, this is Tracy with Color Me This. It is Lightfast Sunday, the 28-day update, and episode 23. So I have decided, and I haven't progressed with it yet, but I am going to test the Kalours next, and I will test the 120s. And I will go ahead and create a new sheet. What I think I'm going to do is test all of the colors that seem to have the most reaction to the sun. So let's pick out the praying. I'm going to take off the protection on the praying. It is a little bit later in the day and I had to hide the sun because it was just way too bright in here. So I am seeing the most reaction of the colors being the yellow, orange, pink, reds, and purple. Then I see less reactions, maybe very slightly in the blues. And on the right side, I see the mauve, number 39. And then actually 40 through 42 look pretty good to me. So I think I will do samplings of the green, brown, gray. I'm going to keep the paper that they're on, the Strathmore Bristol Vellum, smooth side. I could try to make my strips a little narrower. I was trying to see if there was a way to get all 120 on one of these panels. So we'll see what I can come up with. If not, I will definitely do all of the colors that I see at the biggest reaction. I then will, I think I'm going to wait till the end of the month. Now that we have done a weekly check-in and I'm seeing the movement be less obvious, I think here's the praying with the fixative. And let's do, so I think that I will at the beginning of October, I will check in again, which is a little over 2 weeks. So with the fixative, I still see the changes in the same color families here, though less of a change. And I don't really see any movement on the blues and greens, nor the gray or brown, and just a hint of a change here at 39. Let's flip-flop these. Actually, for the non-fixative side, these look pretty good too. All these colors, except for the 39. Again, this back side, now I've flip-flopped them, so the fixative side is on the left. Hardly any movement here with this darker orange and the red. Fixative definitely helps here with the ones that seem very changed over here. And when I do, I will do 2 panels, one with the fixative and one without, and I will make sure that I put 2 coats of the fixative on. Again, I use a natural fixative. It's all natural ingredients, no smells. We are both very sensitive to smell, and I want to be able to do it in the house because it is very hot outside. So let's see if I can back it out a tiny bit for you to see more. Now let's get our control group here. Any movement at all? You tell me what you think, but boy, I just don't see any changes on any of those colors. Not at all. That's pretty impressive. It's fun to do these tests and actually see if what the brands say those pencils will do, we'll do them. All right, so that's my plan. It's going to be Kalour next. I will be working on the panels, a non-fixative and a fixative version. I'm going to keep all of these up for 2 weeks, till little over 2 weeks, till October 1st. And I will, when I do get the Kalours up, I will put a date that they get put up. And then we'll do a check-in on those in October. So I also just have, I don't want to keep this too long because I just did a long episode on the Kalours with what I have done so far as a work in progress. But I will say, this little frog, because of the yellowish tone of the color I chose, I actually went and did a little more analysis on my color choices, and this is a good lesson for everybody. So in reviewing the green options, I reviewed all of my choices for the light green. So that was what I was after, was light green. I chose chartreuse. Here it is. There's this tip, you can see I've used a lot, and there's the dipped end, and the chartreuse on my swatch is this right here, which you can see has way more yellow in the actual lead on the paper version from the dipped end. So let's go a little bit further. And I looked through the colors and thought, I'm going to compare the lead of spring green, which actually is on a different sheet. Spring green is all by itself down here, and I can compare it directly to chartreuse and see that the chartreuse, sure enough, has a whole bunch of yellow in it. Spring green does not. So then I took both and I applied them to the bottom. So you can definitely see, I'm looking through the viewfinder here on the camera, and you can see that this left one is green and the yellow one is so yellow it is more on the side of the yellow-green. So I went ahead then and did a little work on this frog and realized another one, this parakeet green, I had decided was too bright as well. In fact, it is too blue. So this is actually a good lesson. These two are lined up together, parakeet green and bright green. So this parakeet green, it's like a little more neon colored. I can see it a little better here than over here. So I had already changed out parakeet green to bright green because when I looked in my cup, I did not find parakeet green, and I found it put away, and bright green was the only one that it could be. So I have put the bright green down to log my trials with the different colors. So I guess the biggest thing I want to say is when you choose your colors and it's a pencil set you don't know, depending on it, like I don't want to have to redo this frog right here, but he still has this yellow cast that I don't like. So I will probably reprint this sheet and cut out this one frog. We'll recolor it, just the body, and put it over the top as a reference because it just really bothers me. So when you're getting to know a set of pencils, which I'm switching from pencil set to pencil set pretty quickly, be sure to do some testing of your colors, especially if you know that the barrels don't match. And I had warned that the barrels and the leads don't match very well. Even looking at these two leads together, the one on the left is the chartreuse, and it just does not look that yellow to me at all. It looks very similar to bright green, but the way it lays down is very yellow. So I guess that is the lesson I I'm learning and just want to impart upon you. Once you get to know your pencils, you can pick them and not worry. Great. But while you're learning them, be sure to practice. See that the colors really behave the way you expect them to. And go down in the color range that you're looking for. So, I believe that is all I'm going to do, trying to keep it nice and short and sweet. I will come back for a Lightfast update the beginning of October, hopefully with a couple of weeks of Kalour testing to share as well. So that's all I've got for today. Again, this is episode 23. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to everyone subscribing and commenting. It is much appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching.